All right. Trying to get what's that here? I I've been playing a lot offline, and the reason why is because I feel like a lot of this is going to be so boring. Um, I got attunements to a lot of things. There's an add-on called Attune. Um, so uh, I got keys for all these locked dungeons. There's two heroics that I've gotten keys for. There's three I'm still lacking, and then the raids. There's raids that I'm still working on, and then these two are daily factions that are factions that you can do dailies for. So that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, one of them is a gorilla. I got another wing, but I don't see if okay. So if I open it up, I go down here. So there's supposed to be see these blue ex, ex eh, exclamation points. They're supposed to represent dailies. I don't see any on Netherwing Ledge. I did get the reputation completed. If you look down here, it says ally to Netherwing. So I am attuned. So, but I'm trying to figure out how to get to the next level. But the see, there's a blue exclamation point above this guy. Kind of gives me an idea of it's a something I can do on a regular basis. So I just right clicked him, and it accepted or it brought up the quest and I accepted right away. So there's an add-on called LTP, Latrix. What was it called? Just Latrix Plus, I guess. The LTP is the L and the T in the Latrix, and then the P. So the LTP, see, it says automate quest. If I take that off, now I have to manually accept the any quests that are popped up. Anyway, I was in a guild. I was hoping that I got an opportunity to do some things with them, but I just haven't. I mean, I've sent out requests like, "Hey, man, anybody on that can do this? Anybody on that can do that?" And it just wasn't happening. So I'm leaving that server because I left the guild, and I have my own Discord, but I'm not giving that out. It's yeah, not right now. Not right now.
Safe travels.
My overlay says, I don't know if you guys saw the overlay, but that kind of gives you an idea of that of my Discord. But anyway,
Hey, very well then. You have a great day now.
what I'm trying to do is gain enough rep. So once you get enough rep, this guy right here, if you he's walking away, but if you right click on him, or this guy, I can't remember which one it is, but there'll be an option here.
Very good.
So what happens is you'll open up a flight path between this area where I'm at right now and this one down here. These are 5-man quests in this area. In the Skedis area. I you have to get these scrolls right here, time lost scrolls. 6 of them unlock or summons that event, and you have to have 5 people for each event. So I want to get 36, and then opt for or request for some groups, and I'll let them know that they're my scrolls. And if they're my scrolls, and I feel like I should be able to. If they want to contribute a scroll, that's fine. I would love it. Then I wouldn't be hard resing any any big drops. Yeah, so it's, these are so easy, man. I mean, I've died to them. Sorry, I shouldn't say they're super easy. They're mediocrely easy. So there are add-ons that you can get for some of these, and it makes it a lot easier. I can't remember, or my memory isn't great. So like series of things that I have to click like this. Once it gets too high, I can't do it. So yellow, yellow, blue. So as it gets higher in number, I have to use this box up here. If you don't, it damages you. It takes away some life or some HP. Wow, this one was like super easy. Okay, now it's gonna get hard. Blue, yellow, red, green, green, yellow. So I oriented myself so that each of the blocks or circles are same reference as the location of the color that I'm trying to click. So every now and then, if you're near the end, these things will pop out and give you like that red thing, that red explosion, kind of gets in your way. Okay, so I completed. So it kind of gets in your way. So that, like, if you have something automated, okay. So this is just my interpretation. If something's automated, then it'll try to click it as quickly as possible. And if that thing pops out like that, then maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it'll interrupt or become a cog in that rotation. So these things are going to shoot at us because we're on flying mounts. So what I'm trying to do is trying to explode that. Damn it. Sometimes I don't like this because you don't always get to stop and make your adjustment because they shoot right away. Okay, good. I'm making my adjustment. Ah! That's what I mean. You can't. The timing on it, sometimes your timing is off because what I try to do is I try to stop and make my adjustment like that. You don't necessarily have to, but it helps. It helps me at least. Especially if they're real close to me like that. I would have ran right into the fire. it got me. See, sometimes you're too close to the... Oh, I didn't see that one. That was coming from that side. Ooh. How many is that? 12, 13, 14. All right. Ugh. That one's shooting at somebody else. Sorry. So, at some point, you can get a faster mount. I don't have that faster mount, so... Oh, man. He stole it from me. Did I get 15 already? Yeah, I got 15 already. Okay. So, artifact... oh, I gotta get some... nether rays. Oh, I woke up really late this morning. But I went to sleep really late last night. I have a job that requires me sometimes to work on the weekends, and they're unscheduled, but they're scheduled, if you understand, if you know what I mean. Only like your regular tour duty is time to time, right? And then anything else that's outside that time is considered unscheduled. But if you really look at what that unscheduled means, well, your interpretation of unscheduled is probably the same as mine. My interpretation of unscheduled means that it wasn't on... You didn't know you were going to work it, right? But you ended up working it because some things happened, so it became unscheduled. But because the position requires that you label things a certain way, now all of a sudden you're calling things unscheduled, even though you have a schedule of your unscheduled work. Hey, you got this weekend? I got this weekend. Okay, cool. Your name is on the list for, number day to number day. Anyway, it's kind of ridiculous. I gotta preemptively click on this thing, or else I'm gonna kill these things, because now I'm getting higher in DPS capability. In case you didn't know, I'm a pretty smart guy, and DPS means damage per second based on your weapon, your hit rating, and then you also have expertise that all get lumped into this calculation that determines your damage output. See, see, I'm pretty smart. You know what? I've actually, it's. I have been playing another game. I've been enjoying that game. And the skill in that game is far different than the skill level in this game. It's ridiculously different. Like clicking on this, clicking on that, timing this, timing that. There are levels to when how you manage those. So like a game like this, right? So there are global cooldowns. There are conditions that are kind of predictable. And it's kind of the same way with like a first-person shooter. It's kind of predictable, and it's actually pretty easy. To me, in my opinion, it's a lot easier to code predictability in a first-person shooter, because so think about this. So if you're behind a wall and you receive fire, and okay, so you receive fire. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. Okay, so you receive fire. So you receive fire, right? And so your code is you can code whatever it is that says if you're in combat, search for or do this, so what your aimbot that you code, you can tell it to do this, right? And so, or in response, but somebody has to shoot you first. So so aim assist is like this in a sense. Aim assist is more like if you like, so if I'm looking right here like this and say I receive fire from the left side, there is an indicator that says that there's a HUD that shows the direction of fire you're receiving. That HUD can be used to say if I'm receiving fire from that direction, turn that way. And this can all be within a fraction of a second. Turn that way, aim at the proper elevation, and fire. So you can trajectorily, or like, all you need is direction and I can't remember what it was, but anyway, so you can have it turn, you can have it elevate, or your whatever your weapon is elevate. And in gameplay, a lot of times you can't simulate actual gunfire. Like it, so a round from a weapon travels at a certain speed. Gravity has an influence on how far that weapon will go based on how much it'll pull down toward the earth. If you kind of give it a 45, which is usually the most the furthest that you can shoot if there was no wind or air resistance. So there's a lot of factors that go into how a round will travel. So again, you can build all this into a code. Oh, Skyguard, I am now honored. Let me see if I can fly now.
Can I help you?
Nope. Let me see here. Hold on.
Interesting. Be seeing you. My, you're a tall one.
Yep.
Off and away.
Maybe exalted? I have no clue. Let me see here. There is a tune that you can talk to that sends you between Shatari Skyguard and this place. Anyway, Um, the wind trajectory, winds or not wind trajectory, round trajectory, grain plays a role, like real world shooting, right? I mean, there's a lot of factors in how when you shoot around out a rifle or a pistol, what happens, the shape of the round, the grain, the amount of force behind that trajectory, that object. There's so many things, and wind speed, the wind direction. If the air has moisture, even that has some effect on around traveling. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many things, but you can't really. You could probably simulate that in a game like this, but it would take a lot of processing power to even do that. That's my opinion. It's not. That's probably not real. I mean, somebody's probably. I mean, people can do some shit, man. But in my opinion, it's just not. You just can't simulate it. That's what I think. Okay, so where do I go next? I can go to Karazhan. I can go to what's this? Help mana. Where's that at? That's in over here. Oh, right there. See him? Help mana wheeler. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I like I said, you can download the add-ons. You can weak auras are a huge thing in World of Warcraft, and let me show you what I got a macro assigned. Hang on. Okay, that's a macro. That's a macro. I press one button and it does something, a series of things. I my back was itching. I have a back scratcher. So changed everything to defensive stuff. So this is my defensive window. Um, wow, I have 500 gold. So it's 5,000 gold to get epic flying. Plus, I think it's maybe another 1,000. So actually 6,000 gold total to get epic or faster flying and the mount. I purchased something a while back that allowed me to be able to bypass all that, and they said, "Screw you, man. Screw you. You're gonna work for your warrior." So all the things that were supposed to come along with this didn't it didn't. It's frustrating. Like I said, I feel like World of Warcraft is there's a lot of people that play it. Um, there's a lot of commentary that happens outside of whatever it is that you're watching right now. And if you, for me, oh, okay, that's where I was going with this. So there are some things that you can do in first person shooter that I've seen. I'm a brand new player to, like, say, Battlefield 6. They're on season 3. I just started playing the other day. And I'm not new to first person shooters. I play with my right mouse button here in World of Warcraft, so I know what how well my sensitivity is. I know. I mean, it's hard to say that somebody's cheating, but it's easy
Hail.
for someone who has some experience in like maybe they're not on PC. I don't know. I haven't played the last game I played that was a first person shooter was SOCOM. Oh, I love SOCOM so much. You have to be so quiet and stealthy and move deliberately, and if you had the sniper rifle, it was you had to be precise. They tried to do some you know flight trajectory manipulation, but it just didn't work. If you shot straight, the bullet would go straight. Anyway, in Rocket League, there are bots, but the way I understand it is if you have a bot, you have to turn over your control to that bot to be better. Meaning your skill doesn't really contribute to the bot's decision making and play style or play reaction. I don't want to say play style, but play reaction. Like, okay, so I I'm pretty good at double jumping now. I still backflip like a motherfucker, and it fucking frustrates me and it pisses me off. I will, I, I will stop in the middle of a game trying to double jump. I'll stay on the ground. I'll do single jumps, and I'll press that boost button, and my ascension is so slow, it's ridiculous. But I'll do that. Um, so the bot the bots in Rocket League take that frustration away or that lack of skill away. And you, I mean, you can say that your skill level is 2300 in 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 rating, but I mean, if you're using a bot, your skill level is still where your skill level was before you started using the bot. Do you, as opposed to like say um well, actually I think it's the same with the first person shooters. I mean, there's been examples. um there's a female person that that used her partner to gameplay, from my understanding. I mean, there's a lot of background noise for that. And then I don't know if they ever used a botting system, but in the end, whenever everything came out, it sounded like that the dude was playing for his girl. I mean, I I think that people in general are
Go in
great
peace.
game players. I just think that you have to put the time into it. And women, to me, just unless they're like super gamers, they just don't put that level of they just don't have that level of interest. If that makes sense. That's my take on it. I'm not saying that they're not good at it. They're just so I've only seen one female in my entire gaming. I don't know. I don't want to say career because I don't have a career. Since I've known games to be interesting to people, there's only been one. And she got all the achievements in World of Warcraft. She completed it. It's more like a completionist kind of a goal or a achievement. But I haven't seen anybody else do that. Not even a guy. And I can't say the same for any other game in the world. None. No other game in the world. Let me see here. What do I want to do?
Be careful.
Okay, I did Skittis. I did those ones.
Greetings. Goodbye.
Hang on. Let me get off. Let me go back to Shatrath and I got 500 gold. Let me So once I get off, right, this box will open. Hang on, let me see. TVC anniversary. Right there. So right now everything's green. My health points is only 107. It'll go green once I get past 120. My armor's at 115. I think that's wrong. I think that it's more like one. Okay, maybe 115 is correct. So I can get the 120 with a couple of enchantments, maybe, or I think that's achievable. But and then my hit percentage is because of this. So if I change that to that, we can really let's open that back up. So now I'm at 6.47 hit. My expertise, I don't know why it's not calculating it correctly, because this right here, having an axe in your main hand actually gives you 5 expertise right away. So I don't know if it's calculating this correctly. So this, well, I should have 5 at least. This is what my point is.
What's beyond your mind?
Okay, what was I gonna do? Let's go to here. See this Shatrath, Shattered Hands Centurions. This is for normal. So somebody's saying that Heroic Ramparts is the it's what I need, or what I'm I don't know. Oh shoot. Let me leave guild in my other tune. So this one is with my last guild as well. But like I said, I mean I've thrown out feelers saying, "Hey man, uh let me or send me something and say that I'm doing this or I'm doing that or whatever, right? Or I'm on this quest. Does is anybody available to help out with this, right? So half the time I'm like, hey, I'm a partially geared tank. I think I can do this. Is there a healer available that maybe we can finish this quest? It'll be a little time consuming, but I think we can do it. Or maybe even invite somebody else and say, hey, man, we got a DPS and myself. Let's get going. And they're like, oh, no, you don't have enough, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And so it gets a little frustrating, really. It does. And I don't know how to combat that, I guess. But it is what it is. Let's see. See, he's saying heroic Akuni Crips is the daily. Somebody said it was. Oh, it's Crips right there. Somebody else was saying it was ramps. So this is correct. What do I want to do? Because technically, I'm green everywhere except for my HP and my armor. Pretty easy fix. Pretty easy fix. Let me see here. Go here. Crafting. And enchanting. Okay. All right, man. I like I said, this is I feel like I'm boring people. People know I will understand my take on like World of Warcraft, where there's options to do things as in terms of quests, but yeah, man. I mean, World of Warcraft, man. But Rocket League does have the upper hand on being the most skilled. I have to give it to Rocket League. Anyway, talk to you later. We'll try this again tomorrow. Maybe I'll do Rocket League and show you guys what I mean. Or